Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. It's Maggie from Moondirected. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon. And right now we're going to be discussing the energy of the moon from August 5th until August 18th, which includes a full moon happening in Libra. Not Libra, Aquarius. I like to mix stuff up. So before I forget, I am again running a contest for individual private readings. So all you need to do is comment on any of the videos that are labeled with the August date. And it makes it an eligible. It makes it an makes it an entry. I've been talking a lot. All right, so take advantage of that new moon that we just had in Libra. Big deal, that new moon that we just had in Libra. Big deal. And for you, is that your 10th house? That might have been your 10th house. I think so. That's a career opportunity. Big deal. So the energy of that really goes out, shoots out for quite a while. The energy on it felt so strong, and things are set up in other astrological aspects, making that new moon really an opportunity to really progress forward. And in case you forgot that was something you should be concentrating on, we have the 10 of coins, which is 10 of Pentacles. That's that financially secure, emotionally satisfied life. And then we're doubling down on the emotional satisfaction with the 9 of Cups energy. So this is the potential energy that's shooting out over this whole kind of situation here between this new moon and working up to the full moon that's happening in Aquarius. And so I really encourage you, that's happening in your house of home. So that sounds funny. So really, write down your new moon intentions. I did do a new moon video. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out to get a little more guidance and advice on that. But I cannot encourage enough on this particular new moon. It felt really potent. Okay, so actually, we're just have so much happening with these moons and the eclipse season and everything. And so with Capricorn having cleared things out, it definitely leaves space for that. So how can we work to get you that emotional satisfaction, that sense of financial stability, emotional satisfaction? You must have some sort of an idea rolling around, gestating in your head, but it's going to need to be tweaked a little. It needs a little adaptability with this moon in Libra. So it has to do with, you need some sort of a partner to get it off the ground. So if it's business, it's a business partner. If it's home, well, then you need a partner. Or getting your partner on board. There's a partnership aspect to it, but it is... Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, healing the past. I step into my future with strength and clarity. This has been you, Scorpio, doing your work. Okay, keep working on the healing, and so and stepping into stillness. Wow, my power is born in the majesty of silence. So part of this, creating this sense of emotional security, because they both focus on emotional security. 9 of Cups only focuses on emotional security, but that 10 of Pentacles is all about emotional and financial security. So that's a big, heavy weight being placed on the emotional security part. And in order to do this, spending some time in meditation, contemplation, journaling, and healing the past, doing what you need to do to heal the past. Working your way through issues so that you are free of that unnecessary emotional baggage, which allows you to bring that kind of energy into you. And I'm telling you, you are on such a journey this year. I see so much growth and opportunity coming your way. So there's a choice. It's an emotional choice coming up. It's a decision that's based on your past life experiences here and in the previous lifetimes, but here's where the choice comes in. So you're healing the past, you're letting things go, and one of the best ways to do it, self-forgiveness, number 1. Number 2, forgiving other people, but probably maybe even, I don't know, it's like a triangle to me. The third one is the choice of making the decision to be happy. It is your positive attitude that will make all the difference. It is your positive attitude. So we can't always choose our circumstances, but we can always choose to be happy. So there's that. Oh, all right. In this particular case, so the choice has something more than just the choice of your attitude. I'm kind of excited by what I see here. It says make a decision, self-employment, and time to move on. We were talking about career. So happy. Okay, so that full moon in Capricorn was in your house of career, and yes. Okay, so you are still working on this healing of your soul situation, but something about your career is part of the deal, or right now we're just going to focus on that. If there is a self-employment opportunity that you've been putting off, it says here, you're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Time to move on. It is time to let go of old and worn out so that the new can come in. Is this a job change that you need to make? And it's time to make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive? Listen to your intuition and make a decision. In Scorpio, you have great intuition. And we have this full moon coming up in Libra, which is in your, that's in your house of home. So this decision is going to affect your work life, your home life. Choose happiness. Choose what in your soul makes it feel right to you. Let go of whatever's holding you back. Let it go. It's time to move on. It's time to make a decision. If you've been waffling around, sitting on the fence, Spirit says, time to get in the game. And then there's the individuality piece that comes when that moon moves into Sagittarius on Friday. That individuality of being authentically you and understanding that it is your individuality. It is your unique self. It is the shadow and the light of you that makes you you. And that is what makes you so special. Think of who wants a cookie cutter? Really? Maybe a Virgo. But other than that, just kidding, Virgo. Okay, so I think that if you've been trying to make a decision, if you were getting ready to go out there, if you were going to take a risk, but you were worried about other people maybe getting there before you or whatever, I think the obstacle is clear. The end of the project is in sight. I think there's a bittersweetness when you leave one situation to move into another, but the writing is so teeny. Your ancient wisdom is awakening. Nice. Following your intuition will help you decide what you're supposed to do. And I felt like there was another card here. So let me just see if I can find it. Okay. It would be definitely the one that fell out. Oh my gosh. Fly high. Nice. Following your intuition, flying high. And the new moon Fae, soul scrying. That's again listening to your intuition. So that new moon in Leo, really powerful opportunities are up and running for you. Take advantage of it. So over the course of the weekend of the, like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, even into the 4th on Sunday, if that's when you find the time, sit down and write out what it is you want to create. Be as detailed as you can be. Be aware that your details may end up changing, so don't be so stuck in it has to be this way, which is kind of hard. I know you are a fixed sign, but the more expressive you are with the details, the more you can visualize it, the more you can actually see what it would look like, the easier it's going to be to manifest. And yes, you may have to adapt and make some changes later on, but in the meantime, shoot for the moon. And then reel in the galaxy. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. That's a very powerful moon. Take advantage of it. Use it while you can. And then on Monday, it's time to get down to business. It's about putting in the hard work. It's about using your ambition and digging in and feeling a sense of responsibility for this project that you want to get underway. It's how you make it viable. It's how can you, what are the details of what you need to do to get this done? What can you do? This moon right here is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about overcoming hard work and obstacles. You have the cow. How nice. And you have, this is the cow. I usually associate this card with being really balanced, right? So you have nourishment, abundance, and asking and receiving. Okay? So the cow nourishes, and so if you feed the cow the proper nutrients, then the milk is high in nutritional value. It's giving and receiving. It's asking for what you want. You need to overcome any fears that you have. You really do. No risk, no reward. Oh, wow. Look at all these cards I didn't pick up. Oh, who wants those anyway? Seriously. One of them was goblin, so that would be fear. Another one was letting go, and the other one was perception. So if they apply, they would apply in the way of, you know, your perception is your reality. So letting go of fear, not letting the fear hang in there. Focusing on the giving and the receiving, the nurturing and the caring, the creating of the emotional satisfaction and the financial abundance. You can literally have it all. When I see those cards, it's all that screams at me is you are literally headed in the right direction. And so this full moon that we're having in Aquarius, for you, that's happening in your okay, 4th house of home. I've said it 16 times and I can't remember. I'm so sorry. So your 4th house of home. If you're in a situation that needs to be changed, now would be a really good time to consider it. The opportunity is here too. At 26 degrees of Aquarius, it's about setting yourself free from a negative situation. But it could be that you set yourself free from a negative situation at work, and this incredibly, it impacts your home life in a very positive way. So they can be related in that way. I don't want you thinking that it's about having to leave a relationship. It's never about having to do anything. It's always about choices. This is just for advice from Spirit. Listen to your intuition. Sacred Falcon shows the way. Listen to your intuition. You are going to know which way to go. Spend the time in meditation. Spend the time doing what it is that you do that you get your information from. If it's journaling so that you can channel information, if it's taking a long shower, Lord knows I may get so much pull the ideas I get there. So whatever it is, however it is that the ideas come to you, that idea that seems to be out of the blue isn't out of the blue. It's sent by Spirit. It's how Spirit's communicating with you. So write those things down. Chew on them a little if you must, but understand that that's your intuition at play. And then you're going to have to make some choices and decisions, and you're going to have to really tap into your emotional side of you to see when you're making your decisions. Well, I've done something similar to that in the past, and I didn't like the way it made me feel. Well, don't do that. You know, once upon a time, I did such and such a thing, or I wanted to do such and such a thing, and I was so excited about it. There you go. Head in that direction. Listen to your intuition. Feel it in your gut. What does your gut say? What does your gut feel? Open your heart and allow yourself to be tender. Vulnerability. That would be allowing love in, but I feel like that's also in this case, well, I don't know. That's in your house of fun and romance. So, you know, if there's somebody special out there and you haven't let down your guard and let them in, I don't know how you're going to get to this. So I feel like we're circling back to this healing of the emotional baggage, to allow yourself to be open and let somebody see that you're not perfect. Because the only person who honestly thinks you're supposed to be perfect is you. The rest of us are going, hey, we're glad you're not perfect, because then maybe you'd expect me to be perfect. I can't do that. And we all have stuff. Right? So when you learn to accept your stuff, it's super easy to accept other people's stuff. And if you're learning to accept your stuff and you are trying to hook up with someone who can't accept their own stuff, they're certainly not going to accept yours. So that's not the right match. So when you open yourself up and you're vulnerable and somebody makes you feel less than, that's spirit whispering in your ear, not for you. So pay attention. So unless you open yourself up, unless you're authentically you, you cannot expose yourself to somebody in order to find out whether or not they can accept you. I was married to a Scorpio rising once who got really, really mad at me because he had kept a lot of really bad secrets from me, things that he knew if I knew I would not have married him. So he kept them to himself. And then when they started coming out and it caused a lot of problems in our marriage, he looks at me and he says, why can't you just accept me for who I am? Okay, I didn't know who you were. I'm not for you. You need someone who can accept that. So he is now involved with somebody for like 8 years now who totally knows who he is and thinks that it's fine that he does what he does. I don't. And he wasn't for me. But they seem to be for each other and I'm happy for them. So it's about, it's about being authentically you so that you're attracting in an equal vibrational match so that you have that real shot at this, right? So you have to be open, you have to be vulnerable, you have to let your guard down, and then you have to pay attention. What was the response that was elicited? And if they're guarded and they're protective and they're not letting you in, or worse, they're judgmental, say, hey, it was really nice to know you. I loved meeting you and spending time with you, and I wish you well. But I'm moving on. So you have, I am always divinely protected. I know I am safe. You have Jet. So you are protected through this transition, which is beautiful. Creativity flows through me in a myriad of ways. I courageously bring my ideas into actuality. Carnelian, which I have here somewhere. I think I actually stuck that in the emotional waters to bring this energy in. So carnelian's a really pretty, it's sacral chakra. That's your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-value. And Jet. Oh, I knew I had it. And Jet. Really lightweight. I don't know if it's hollow, but it's very cool. And then you have, which I don't have, is an orbicular jasper. It shows up all the time, though. I'm going to have to go find one. It says, my life glides forward with ease. I am mindful. I think and act with positive energy. It is your attitude. You are free to fly high. So the key is being vulnerable, being honest about who you are, and having a real positive attitude. That if someone doesn't like you, if someone doesn't accept you for who you are, it's just not the right relationship, and that's okay. Doesn't make you a better or worse person. It means it's not a match. And in order to get to this, you need a vibrational match. And it doesn't matter what your vibration is. You just need to be equally matched. So keep going. So proud of you, Scorpio. We'll talk soon. Don't forget to make a comment, all right?